Hello everyone, we're going to be doing homework number 7, it's number 21. 6 measurements were made of the magnesium ion concentration in parts per million, or ppm, in the city's municipal water supply with the following results. It is reasonable to assume that the population is approximately normal. So, the numbers are given is 189, 175, 140, 188, 179, and 211. Construct a 98% confidence interval for the mean magnesium ion concentration. So the formula we're going to be using in number 21 is sample mean plus minus T alpha over 2 times sample standard deviation divided by the square root of sample size. So let's write down what we know. What we know is the confidence level is 98%, but that's about it. We don't know the sample mean, the sample size, sample standard deviation, or T alpha over 2, which is fine because we can use the numbers that are given to us, shown here, to find everything that we need to find. So let's do that. So finding n is pretty straightforward. We're just going to count the numbers. So counting the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with that, n equals 6. Next up, we got to find T alpha over 2. And to find T alpha over 2, we need to find degrees of freedom and the confidence level. As shown before, confidence level is 98%. That was given to us. And to find the degrees of freedom is going to be degrees of freedom equals n minus 1. As we just did right now, n equals 6. So we're just going to plug in 6 for n. That's going to be degrees of freedom equals 6 minus 1. Degrees of freedom equals 5. And then if we plug everything that we know back in, it's going to be 5, the degrees of freedom, and 98%, the confidence level. And with that, we're going to go over here to our T table. 5 degrees of freedom, 98% confidence level. We're going to pinpoint where these two meet, or it's just how it happens to be 3.365. So, with the degrees of freedom 5, confidence level 98%, it equals to 3.365. Therefore, T alpha over 2 is equal to 3.365. Next up, we're going to find the sample mean, or x, with the line over it. So, to find the sample mean, it's just all the numbers summed up, divided by the sample size. So the numbers I'm referring to are the numbers given. So it's going to look something like this. 189 plus 175 plus 140 plus 188 plus 179 plus 211 divided by 6. So with the top numbers all added up together, it's going to be 182. I want to divide that by 6. It's going to equal to the sample mean. It's going to equal to 180.333 with the line meaning it goes onwards. Or we can round it, and it's going to be 180.33. Now we're going to find S, or the sample standard deviation. Now to do so, we're going to be using this formula here. Sample standard deviation squared equals xi minus sample mean squared divided by the sample size minus 1. Now what is xi? Now xi is just a group of numbers that was given to us, as shown here, and in this little column. So to really do this correctly, we're going to break this formula into groups. So we just did the first group right here, xi. Now the second group is xi minus the sample mean, which is just going to be xi minus the sample mean, 180.33, all individually, of course, and it's going to give us these group of numbers. Next up, we're going to do is square it, our answers of xi minus the sample mean, and it's going to give us these group of numbers. Alright, now with that done, we're going to do our xi minus the sample mean squared, all summed up, divided by the sample size minus 1, as shown here. So when I add all these numbers up, it's going to give me 2731.334 divided by the sample size 6 minus 1, with that one reduced, it's going to be 2731.334 divided by 5. And with that, it's going to give us S squared, or the sample standard deviation squared, equals 546.2668. But we aren't done yet. To finish it off, find S, or sample standard deviation, part 2. We know that the S squared is equal to 546.2668. So what we're going to do is square root it, just so we can get that one S. And if we do that, it's going to give us S equals 23.37235.119. So now that we got everything in order, we're going to go rewrite it and write down everything we know. So, as shown here, we got everything that we know. First up is our actual formula. Sample mean plus minus T alpha over 2 times sample standard deviation divided by the square root of the sample size. Now right here is all our work done. First up, sample size equals 6. T alpha over 2 is equal to 3.365. Sample mean is equal to 180.33. And our sample standard deviation is 23.37235.119. Now, we're going to put all these numbers into this formula. It's going to look something like this. Alright, it's going to look like this. 180.33 plus minus 3.365 times 23.37235.119 divided by the square root of 6. So, I'm going to do these parts showing all of it. So, we're going to do this part right here. And it's going to give me this number, 9.541722417. Next part, we're going to do this and this times together. That's going to be 180.33 plus minus 32.10789593. The next part we're going to do is we're actually going to subtract this number from 180 and also add this number from 180. That's going to be 148.221041 and also 212.4378959. Now, as shown in the homework, we're only going to get, oh, sorry, wrong one. We're going to get 3 whole numbers and 1 decimal point. So we're going to do that to our answer. And it's going to give us 148.2 and 212.4. Now, it isn't, again, there we go. It isn't the exact answer, but as close as we can is 148.3 and 212.4. So our answer is B.